Hey everybody, it's Joseph Rudy Rulo. Welcome from the West Coast to the East Coast to the Central United States and all 50 states. I'm here in Jacksonville, Florida. Of course I found an aquarium, which I can't believe I found this place. And enjoy. I'm going to put you guys on the tour. I paid, you get to watch for free. It's the St. Augustine Aquarium. Look at a lizard up there, by the way. Shark Cove.
Exactly. So these are called the nurse sharks. Now nurse sharks are bottom-dwelling sharks, which means they like to live on the ocean floor, just like those stingrays do. And there are three sharks in here. Atlantic stingray sharks now by all. Pacific blue. They also know to see it for baby. So we get over here, we have orders that I know they're small. They're only about this big, but they are fully grown. So they are not very small.
This is a total outside aquarium. It's totally outside. The whole thing is outside. It's kind of cool. See, she's fine as long as we're under a tent. Yeah, you know it was like this? Clearwater, Florida.
Is this where we feed them too?
And the reason that we are able to put these off is because they're made out of the same material as our fingernails and our hair, which is called keratin. So it doesn't hurt them at all, just like the fingernails. And then I heard that you guys started feeding? Yes. Okay, just check your receipt for me. So you guys are going to see that you're feeding? Would you like to do that with us? Fine, okay. You can come over here with me.
Come on, Pup.
Yeah, I've never been here before. I was shocked. So much fun. Although I've never fed a big one. I've fed the little guys.
So this is Miss Clementine. A little bit about her. She's very young. She's only about 4 years old. And she did come to us from a facility where she did have to compete for food. So she does jump up and she gets very excited. And for some reason she has a habit of biting her food instead of sucking it as she's supposed to. As a stingray.
Is that Gary? That's Gary from SpongeBob.
That's Clementine.
And this is Clementine. So this is Clementine speaking target after oranges are Clementine. So I'm just going to put a little bit of squid in here and I'm going to help you since she does tend to jump.
Wow, that's a big piece.
This is a small piece compared to what she had earlier. So I'm going to keep my hand.
Can I have a bite of that too? No.
I don't think you'd enjoy it very much. We want to make sure that this stays parallel with the glass going up and down and that it stays in the water or she will come up and splash us.
Okay.
So are you ready? Go ahead and stop on the side. I'll place in. There's the
Wow.
Sweetheart.
Yep. So she got it. You can look on the side and see those little mouths in her tummy.
I love they look like little smiley faces.
And you can see that she has these teeny tiny little gills on her tummy. If she's a bottom-dwelling stingray, do you think those gills are very useful? So do you guys think those gills on her tummy are super useful if she spends time buried in the sand? Not really. So if you look on top of her, she has these two big holes behind her eyes. This is something that all stingrays have and even some shark species. And those are what we call her spiracles. So that is what helps her continue to pump water to those gills on her tummy.
How's the pup?
I don't think she's ever had a dog before.
She's been to every zoo and aquarium up and down the East Coast.
Yeah, she's desensitized every
Yeah, she's
animal.
pretty used to it though.
She'll look at it and she'll watch it, but that's about it.
The birds.
Checking her out.
The birds follow her around like she's like an angel.
Looks like she's hiding from him.
The only thing she reacts to is chipmunks. Because she's a rat terrier. You can't untrain it. Huh?
Squirrels too?
No. A little bit, but not.
Sometimes she'll chase them.
She's infatuated with chipmunks.
Well, we don't have chipmunks here.
She loves them. We're like, there's your friend, there's your friend. And your tail
No,
waggles.
now she's no.
Look, where's your friend?
Your friend's not here.
There's my friend.
There's a friend in there.
Do we have any questions about my stingray friends? Alright, so this is our ending part of this tour. If you guys jump in after I begin, I'm going to go back up to the front and explain everything there.
Okay.
And you guys can hop out whenever you realize you're hearing the same thing over again. But if you guys did join me at the very beginning, we do also have a nature trail here in the back and an educational maze up front.
Oh yeah, where does the nature trail go?
Right there.
Oh yeah, can we do that now?
Well, I'm going to go to the front and start explaining everything.
Is it long?
When she gets back
Do you
here.
ever see anything cool on it?
We do see snakes on there almost daily, and we also have 4 turtles back there.
Oh, cool.
We have 3 soft shells and 1 box turtle.
Oh, cool.
So what we'll do is when the tour gets back to here after we're done with the sharks, we'll jump in the
All
trail.
right, cool.
Okay, but do we have any questions?
That's really neat. Those stars.
Alright, in that case, I'm going to start walking that way. If you guys want to join me, go ahead and follow us.
Come on.
And you see their fins out to the side like this? Those are called their pectoral fins. So these fins are going to
This right here is like all the filtration system and all the aeration and everything. Look, that's how they run it outside.
That was a different way to spin the stingray.
Are you done? Are you done?
They had this in the New York Aquarium, something like this. With sharks, they go around in circles.
Oh, we don't have sharks.
Yeah, but it looks like that. But there's sharks in there. Yeah, it's kind of funny. So, not many people know about this place because I'm Mr. Aquarium dude, but I have 500,000 followers and I'm now videoing this place. Yeah, so a lot of people are going to know about it. And a lot of Jacksonville followers too.
Who are you? I'll look you up.
Joseph Rudy Rouleau.
On Instagram?
Facebook.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the beginning.
Yeah, I do all the aquariums.
Look at that fish.
Yeah, we're about to talk about him. But first, before I begin, I do have to get to know my audience a little bit. Is anybody here visiting from out of state today?
New Jersey.
New Jersey and Colorado. My parents just got back from Colorado. They had so much fun. So the reason I do like to ask is because of this big guy right here in the middle. He is a lionfish, so he is an invasive species here in Florida. So locals do
No
need to know
way.
a bit about
I have friends that follow you. That's funny.
So this little guy here, he was actually at one point a pet who was surrendered to us. From
How many of your friends follow me?
And his name is
How many?
Leo.
From Arkansas.
Yeah. That's funny as hell.
His name is Leo. He's Leo the lionfish.
Yeah, all these
I'm talking about everybody in our farm, so we're going to start with Mr. Leo. So like I said, he is an invasive species. The way lionfish became an invasive species here in the state of Florida was actually through the pet trade. So people were buying them as an exotic pet from places over in Asia because their owners originally came from the ocean. Whenever they didn't want them anymore, they just threw them in the coral waters of West Florida, which of course you're not supposed to do because they're not originally from here. However, those pet owners were very uneducated about the income beneath in their own. So the main reason we don't want them here is because
I've had people, they'll come to my hotel room to meet me.
That means that if us humans were to touch them, he can inject the venom into us and can make us very, very sick.
Oh yeah, they must be Trump supporters.
So there are no known deaths caused by lionfish. However, I have talked to
Yeah, I ran for governor in New Jersey. I'm an actor. And I had these, I've had people like literally like
So that's one big reason we don't want him here in the state of Florida. And because of that and his appearance,
shocked.
he
I'm
doesn't
like,
have any natural
"Oh,
predators here to help control that population. So they just keep reproducing and reproducing, and of course they have to have some sort of food source. They eat very low on the food chain, so then the ones higher up now don't have a food source.
And then he woke me up later and I come back.
So does anybody want to take a guess to how we get rid of the fish and lionfish? How do we get rid
Especially
of
with my hats on.
Florida?
Yeah, exactly. Especially with like I had long hair and it's like,
I'm sorry?
yeah, they like grow my beard in or something. That beard like scrubbed. You're like, damn, like yeah, okay.
Do you guys know how we would get rid of lionfish in the state of Florida? Yep. Good chat. It's fine.
Yeah, we grew up all the way here.
How do we get rid of lionfish in the state of
Where are you
Florida?
guys from? Arkansas? Oh, you're from around here. Yeah, I have a
Well,
lot
we
of
can't
flowers.
grab them, right? Because we don't want to hurt ourselves.
Damn. That was awesome.
Spearfish now.
I have
So it's
followers.
like archery, spearfish. So it's basically archery underwater. As soon as those venomous spines are gone,
I
they're
say,
not
welcome
fully
on the West Coast.
So we can actually eat them. So that is how we're getting rid of them. We are serving them in restaurants down in South Florida, the Keys, and the Bahamas. If you ever have the opportunity to try it, I do highly recommend it because it is a more sustainable fishing practice going on nowadays since they don't belong to everybody else. Very good. It's actually called a striped butterfish. Or a pufferfish. So what does he do?
So now I'm a big one. Like, you know, I still pump them for his birthday. They hit me hard on January 6th.
It makes them fat. It puffs up, right?
And they
So
were, by the
whenever,
way.
oh, absolutely.
The woman who got shot was right next
So
to me.
they only do that as a defense mechanism. They only do it when they're scared.
I couldn't believe it.
When they feel threatened.
Right, Trish? They turned me off.
They don't always do that here
Did you go
because
to
it's not
the
like
aquarium
something that's scared into
in
the
Tampa?
boat. He felt
Not
to defend
Tampa.
himself. So he's
Yes.
going to stay deflated today.
It's very nice.
If he were to pop
Yeah.
up, he gets roughly to about the size
It's
of a softball.
beautiful. You should
And
go.
all those
It's not
little
far
spikes
from
here,
here.
some people get to
Maybe
come out
3.5.
as an added way of saying, stay away from me.
How long does it take for them to go back down?
Yeah.
Until the red's gone, or does it take a little
Until
while?
the fats down. With him, I have actually seen him come before. They do it every now and then as a way to stretch, so they keep that flexibility. And I knew that he was stretching because it was a very slow intake, and then an instant outtake. So everybody knows this. Alright, stay like that. So that they're down and then so we actually do have some birdfish here in St. Johns County, and speaking from personal experience, I've actually caught this guy out fishing with my dad before. That's very difficult to get off the coast. The main reason for that is because they do have a little heat on the inside of their mouth, so they use to eat some of the native foods, different plants, and grass. So if you have to touch the shell, it'll really get something inside. So that little beak will actually fossilize just like sharks do, and you might even find it on the beach, so make sure you keep an eye out. Because I found pretty recently, I was very excited with myself, and they do have to look this, that's not long now. This. So they're going to be a little oval, we're going to set that on the side. They are not venomous, they are poisonous. So pufferfish are poisonous, lionfish are venomous. Very good. So if I were to eat my pufferfish, then that poison would be ingested, so that is how it can affect me. With him, that venom is ingested. No, you have to eat it. He puffs up to make himself look bigger. No, they just make himself look bigger. No, I don't recommend touching him. I don't think he would like it. So I do have another little fishy friend in here. He's right there.
I remember when I was little at the mall back in the day, the fish were 3 times the size of that, and you had to pay $5 to go in. You ever see the fountains in the middle of the mall?
Yes, I remember that.
They charge you like, I don't know, $5 and use this fish, and if you caught them, they put them in a bag and you went home with them. I don't know why they did that. Maybe because they were trout, you could eat them. I just remember my mother bringing it home, and it just, what do you do? And it just died. It was like that big, and it was alive. Yeah. Back in the day, people did crazy stuff, I guess. They didn't care. It just reminded me of them. That's a beautiful fish.
Oh, he's like a little snake. So you can write him.
You're good, Pocket.
I promise he's friendly. He's my little friend.
That's a beautiful fish. What is this one?
I have no idea.
If he's just barely poking his little head out. A fun thing about moray eels is that they actually have 2 sets of jaws. So if you've ever seen the movie Alien, pretty sure what that was inspired by.
He has the one big set of jaw that makes up his mouth, and then one way back in his throat that he uses to pull his food in. So, a little creepy, right?
Where is the eel?
He's hiding over there on that side. His little head is just poking out. So his name is Morty.
Thanks, bud.
Do we have any questions about any of our friends in here?
I don't see him.
Did he swim back away?
No, he's right there. You barely even can see him.
Yeah, you can barely see his little body.
I'll just wiggle my finger. People think it's him.
All right, so no questions here? All right, now guys, you can come right over
What
here
kind
to
is
our
this one?
This little fish friend?
Yeah, right here.
He's a blue-headed wrasse. He's a cleaner fish, but less in here. You'll see a few little kind of scattered around today.
Very cute.
So these guys here are called line seahorses. They're called line seahorses specifically when you see them. They're going to have nice little stripes on them. But the cool thing about these guys is that they can actually change the color of their skin to better blend in with their environment. Can anybody tell me what that's called?
See that one right there?
Yes, camouflage. Very good. So my little friends in here are masters of camouflage. We do have them here in our Florida waters, but it's very rare to see them because of that camouflage skill that they have. If you do ever see them, they're more than likely going to be in these nice grassy seabeds. That's typically where they like to hang out. There's 4. So these guys are called seahorses, of course, because of the shape of their head. It looks a lot like our horses up here on land, and that shape has actually deemed them the only fish in the sea with a neck. That's kind of just a fun fact. Besides that, I don't think they have too much in common with horses. I personally think we should call them sea chameleons because of that color change they go through. The nice long tail that helps them grab onto things, but they're not the best swimmers in the sea, and they can actually move their eyes independently of one another. So I think they're much more like chameleons. Can anybody tell me where baby seahorses come from?
From the daddy's stomach.
From the daddies, very good. We do have both males and females in here. You can actually visually tell the difference between the two. The females have 1 large hump on her stomach, while the males have 2. That second little hump that that male has is what we call the W pouch. That's where he's going to carry those eggs until they're ready to hatch.
I like this guy.
Each of those species has a gestation period of about 2 to 3 weeks. In that time, our daddy's going to produce anywhere from 150 to 200 milligrams.
So I saw a video that had like and it was like split out.
It's like a cannonball.
He's coming.
It only happened twice here. We've been open for 4 years. And when that happened, it was
Hey, little boy.
So it hasn't happened since. If it does ever happen, we do have to call a professional in. Because the one else is
Lyric, you enjoying your snacks?
Come here.
You get a little bath?
I got her head wet. It stays cool.
Hey guys, it's kind of hard to tell. So it almost looks like they have a little belly button. So that's a female, that's a female. Get that guy up there. That's one of our males. So his stomach it's not fully rounded. It kind of has a little cup and then it goes in. But are you guys interested in learning how to speak seahorse today?
Yeah. Aren't you? You want to speak seahorse?
I promise it's really easy. So these guys do make little noises, but it's mainly only whenever they eat, and that's because they're going to take in water with their
I'm
food.
glad we came
That's
here
how
instead of
they
the
get rid that
other
excess water. For these guys, they have a little horn on the very top of their head called a cornet that they can shoot that water out of, and when it happens, it makes a clicking noise. They
You
know
too,
that-
Christopher Rains, and you're welcome.
So these are tongues.
We're at the Jacksonville Aquarium, outside aquarium. Pretty cool. St. Augustine. I'm sorry, St. Augustine outside aquarium.
Questions about these guys before I move on?
Oh, sorry. How old is seahorse?
These specific species only live to be about 4 years old, and we don't get them when they're about a year old. So any other questions?
This guy's poisonous, his barbs.
Okay. So I don't think seahorse is something that's really counted. What's up, bud? We have a fully grown one. She's right there. So it's as big as they're gonna get. So usually it's about 4 inches when they're a little pins curled up, about 6 inches. So, you guys ready to move on? We're gonna come right over here, but first, since I have different family groups here, I'm actually gonna ask you guys to stay within your family groups. So we can still maintain some social distancing, and I can bring all the animals to you because we have the opportunity to touch some animals next.
Okay.
Say, Mario, stay with me.
We're going to stay together.
Stay here with me.
But if anybody does want to touch any animals today, I do ask that you come behind me here and just rinse your hands out first with some fresh water.
What kind are these guys? What are?
The fish?
Yeah.
We have 2 mullet in here. Those are the ones with the rounded face.
Oh.
And then one Bahara, he's the one with the little pointed nose.
People like to eat mullet in Jacksonville.
They do.
It's a
They
big
also like to
fish.
use them for baits if they're not big enough.
When I was younger, everybody was fishing for mullet here. Do they get real big?
We're going to see some fully grown ones today.
Oh yeah. They look scrumptious, actually.
So while everybody is rinsing off, I'm going to quickly talk about our sea turtles because it is currently sea turtle nesting season. I do have our current count for St. Johns County. I got this last week, so this was last week's count. But you can see we have a lot of loggerheads nesting here in St. Johns County. And I do like to take this time to also remind folks that if you're going to the beach, please make sure to keep the beaches flat. So if you build a big old sand castle or dig a hole, make sure to knock it down, fill in any holes, so then our mamas or our hatchlings don't get stuck. Also, keep it dark. We can't have any lights on
St.
near
Augustine,
the
right?
beach at nighttime because that will kind of throw them off and make them go towards the lake as opposed to the ocean. And that also means no fires at night on the beach, of course. And I shouldn't have to say this, but I still have to. Please keep our beaches clean, especially during nesting season. If you leave a tent up or some chairs out, it's going to scare our mamas and they may not nest. So, during nesting season, the beach is theirs before it's ours. Should be that way all the year round, but we have turtles.
These are mullet, which is kind of a common fish in Jacksonville in freshwater.
Yep, it's just decoration. So I'm going to start bringing around my first little friend. This here is Chip.
Are these brackish fish?
They can go to brackish water as well.
Even fresh, a little bit.
Kind of depends. They're definitely more of a
Brackish.
saltwater
Gotcha.
to brackish animal. So my first friend up is one of our chocolate chip sea stars. His name is Chip. Down here I also have Cookie, Sugar, and Raisin.
And I'm going to call them chubs.
Okay. So I'm going to bring around little Chip here. We're going to do one finger on his back, nice and gentle. I'll bring him to you. You guys ready over here? This is a sea
We are
star.
at the St. Augustine Aquarium. We were going to go to the gator farm, which I've been there a lot, but there was a line going out the door, and it's like 93 degrees. There's no way I'm sitting there waiting for 40 minutes to pay 60 bucks. So it's like 30 bucks here, which isn't bad for 2 people. That includes the feeding.
Is there a starfish though?
A sea star. So they were called starfish because people were like, oh, it's in the water, it must be a fish, but that was proven incorrect. So we're not going to switch it to sea star.
Had one and it was like
Oh, that's cool.
jelly.
We don't touch the fish.
They're getting harder and harder to find these days, starfish.
So I'm going to bring little Chip around here one more time. This time we're going to look at what he looks like underneath, but we are not going to touch this side because it is very fragile. So we're just going to take a peek.
You think it's because they're very susceptible to environmental conditions?
That and people see them on the beach and they want to take them home.
What is fragile?
That means he can easily break. So, and he's very sensitive. So we're just going to look. Can you see over there, bud? Can you see what he looks like underneath?
But I can grow new legs, man.
So within these little crevices,
Look at all
he's
these kids
hiding them
eating.
right now. He has little things called tube feet. They're basically like little movable suction cups. That's what helps him walk around and stick onto things.
Yeah, it's red.
It is kind of red, so you can see them just barely poking out in those corners there. Right in the middle is where his mouth is. However, he does not eat like we eat. How do we eat? What do we have to do in order to eat?
What?
Yes.
And but she asked the question, what do they do to eat?
What do we do to eat? We chew. We have to put the food in our mouth, right? Sea stars don't do that. So sea stars will actually drop a stomach sac out of their bodies, and it sits underneath them to digest all their food, and when they're done, they slurp it right back in. So, a little weird. Every now and then I pick one of these guys up, and I notice his stomach is exposed, so I put it back down. If you want to see a picture of it, we have one on our Instagram. It's very odd. One of them spent all day on one piece of fish. Can anybody tell me how many eyes a sea star has? What do you think, bud? You think 0? Do we have any other guesses? 1? 5? You also say 0? Anybody else? Going once, going twice? They have 5. Very good. So they have an eye at every tip of an arm. If one of those arms breaks off, they can grow it back, and that's what we call regeneration. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back down. I'm going to work on finding one of my next friends. She likes to bury herself in sand.
For those that are just joining, we're at the aquarium in St. Augustine. It's an outside aquarium, not huge, but it's cute. It's definitely worth paying 11 bucks. And this is actually the last thing I'll show you guys. I'm gonna phase off in a minute. Lizards are running all over the place.